Oh man, this place is insane. Man, the birds in this little gully here are so cool. Just heard some black cockatoos in the distance and also some whip birds. And those little dings you keep hearing, that's a bellbird. It's probably one of the nicest things about hiking through the Blue Mountains is having these bellbirds. They just echo throughout the valley. Such a pretty sound. But anyway, okay guys, hope you're doing well. Thanks for doing another little walkabout. Like I said, I'm back out in the Blue Mountains on Daru country. And yeah, going down to the Colla River, to a spot I haven't been to probably for about 3 years now. So we're looking forward to getting back down there. It's an absolute cracker of a spot. You guys are gonna absolutely love it down there. And the weather this weekend, honestly, couldn't ask for better weather. It's about 21 degrees, just a light breeze, and not a cloud in the sky. So perfect hiking weather. So we're looking forward to getting down there. It's a pretty steep descent to get down there. It's about, I think about 400 meters or so, and pretty damn steep. So yeah, I think it's going to test the old knees. So how about you guys just sit back, relax, and we'll make our way down to the river. Well, we've got some bush tucker here again. So this is a G-bung, which I showed you guys in my last video. So once again, I'm not too familiar with this particular species. Like I said, there's quite a few G-bungs around Australia, and you're not too sure about this one, but it just goes to show that most places you go, you'll tend to come across a G-bung plant. And you can tell it's a G-bung because the fruit have these little, I think they're called a stamen on the end of it. It's like this little needle thing that sticks out the end of the fruit, so you can pretty easily identify them. But once again, these aren't ripe either. They've probably got another maybe month or two till they ripen. Once they fall to the ground, they'll turn a darker colour, and they'll be good to eat. So the fire ripped through here back in the 2020 fires, and this track, I came through this track 3 years ago, and it did not look like this. It is so overgrown with, I think, weeds. Like some are weeds, some are native probably, but it's definitely very overgrown. Also feels very snaky as well. There's so much of this vine with this purple flower everywhere. It's absolutely taking over. It's making it quite a pretty bushwalk as well. Look at the track, it's just covered in it. Not quite sure what plant it is. It kind of looks like a Smilax glycophylla or a native sarsaparilla, but I know that it's not because the longitudinal veins in the leaves are different. So I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll have to double check my bush tucker book when I get home because I feel like I have seen it before, but yeah, not too sure. So if you guys have any info, then feel free to leave me a comment. Man, what a rugged and ancient landscape, eh? So that's the river just down there. Just goes to show how steep it actually is. It's like a near vertical drop down there. So what I've got to do is backtrack a bit, go back to the creek and then drop down into the creek and then follow the creek out to the river. But man, what a spot. I absolutely love the Colo. Oh, talk about some true wilderness. This place is untouched. Oh, this is one place that's not very fun to come back and get the camera each time. Oh, that is steep. So I'm just dropping down now into the little gully where the creek is, and I'll follow that down to the river. Man, this turpentine tree, she is massive. She must be one of the biggest turpentine trees I've ever seen. She must be an old girl. Wow. That is pretty bloody impressive. Man, so good. Alright, well, let's head on down to the beach now, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to go over to that little cave / overhang that's just on that sandy beach over there, so let's head on down. Oh man, holy crap. That was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. For those who don't know, that is a lyrebird, and lyrebirds are the king when it comes to mimicking other birds. So what the males do is they try and mimic as many other birds as they possibly can, and try and attract another mate, and that was probably one of the best examples I've ever heard. That was unbelievable, and just to be 3 meters away from me, I can't believe that, eh? That was probably one of the coolest experiences I've had out in the bush. Oh, so bloody cool. Man, this is a really cool little cave. I remember seeing this one last time I was here. It's a nice size, like enough room to stand up in. Nice and flat, and you could easily sleep a couple of people in here nice and comfortably. Huh, how cool is that? Little matchbox. Now, as much as I love to practice leave no trace, if you're going to leave something behind, then make it useful like that. It kind of reminds me, I remember reading one time how indigenous mobs would quite often leave friction fire equipment inside caves, so that way if they're out in the rain and they can't find any dry timber, they can go to these caves and get the fire started nice and easily. So I guess that is a modern equivalent. Man, too bloody good. Too bloody good. Oh man, this place is insane. It is so bloody beautiful. Man, I absolutely love this spot. It's definitely changed since the last time I was here. This beach is heaps different. Last year they had some really big floods, and then also at the start of this year, I think around February or something, they had, I think it was like 8-meter floods through here, which is insane. It's a lot of water moving through here. But yeah, this whole beach over here was so much, it had so much more sand. You can even see just down there, you probably can't see in the camera, but there's a big boulder. That wasn't even there last time. I swear that was just covered under sand. So yeah, crazy to think how much water must have moved through this landscape. A lot of the trees have just been flattened as well, so very interesting. But I think what I'm going to do is go up that way a little bit. I think there might be a nice spot to camp up there. The infamous Colo quicksand. That has got me so many times before. Man, you think that water would be nice and warm, eh? It's not. It's absolutely freezing. And my pants are soaked. So at least it's a nice sunny day, so it should be able to dry off. Yep, I think this will do nicely. Man, what a spot, eh? Oh, it feels so nice to be down here. Such a cool little campsite as well. The plan is just to have the ground sheet and the mat just underneath this rock shelf here, and kind of juts out just enough that it should give me any protection from any weather, but we're not meant to get any rain tonight, so I think I should be sweet. I'll have the fire about here as well, and just imagine the light from the fire just lighting up this rock wall. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So that took me about 4 hours to get down here, which is a little bit longer than it probably should have, but obviously stopping a film definitely slows me down. But man, it feels so bloody good to be down here, I absolutely love this place, The Colo definitely has a pretty special spot in my heart. And we're so bloody lucky to have places like this so close to Sydney. Like, the fact that this is about an hour's drive from Sydney is just insane. Like, we're so fortunate to have the Blue Mountains so close to Sydney. It's just, yeah, an adventurous playground, Something I definitely used to take for granted, but not anymore. Absolutely love it. Particularly this place here. Like, the Colo is such a special place. It's so rugged and ancient, and it's just got such an interesting history. So back in the 70s, they actually had plans to dam the Colo River, which would have been a bloody shame, Like, honestly, it would have been such a tragedy to lose this to a dam, but fortunately, they didn't go ahead with it, and yeah, luckily we can get out here and enjoy it now, which I'm so lucky, so fortunate about. Would have been such a shame to lose it. But yeah, before that you had the Darug. They're the traditional custodians of the land, and yeah, they've been wanting these lands probably for about 20,000 years or so. And all throughout this area, there's some very significant places to them. In particular, there's one place called Eagle's Reach, which is a cave that holds some really important cave art. And I would do anything to come across today. I would absolutely do anything to see it. But it's a pretty closely guarded secret, and you could honestly spend the rest of your life trying to scour these cliffs, trying to find that cave. But hopefully one day I come across it. Maybe if any of you guys, honestly, if you guys know where it is, anyone out there, feel free to shoot me a message, a private email maybe. I would love to have a chat to you. The opportunity to come across this cave would be the highlight of my life, I reckon. I would absolutely love it. So I definitely wouldn't film it, but just a chance to experience it would be pretty special. So if any of you guys know where it is, feel free to shoot me an email. But also another little interesting fact about Walkabout National Park is there's a thing called the Walkabout pine. Now, the Walkabout pine they actually thought was extinct for about 100 million years. It wasn't until back in the 90s, David Noble, who's a National Parks Ranger, he was abseiling into one of the canyons deep within the park and came across this tree that he didn't recognise before, and yeah, it turns out it's this ancient tree they thought was extinct. So pretty special that its only distribution is in this one canyon. Actually, I think they've now taken some of the plants or taken some of the seedlings and put them in another canyon as a bit of a backup. But yeah, it's just a pretty special tree that just somehow has managed to survive all this time in this one canyon, which is pretty special when you think about it. And I was worried that we're going to lose it last year in the bushfires, but the national parks did a pretty great job. They helicoptered in some generators and pumps and stuff, and to pump water to keep all the soil nice and moist. Yeah, that did a really good job of preserving the trees. So very lucky that they're still around. Would have been a damn shame to lose them as well. So yeah, pretty interesting history to this area. It's very special. All right, well, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy a bit of a bite to eat, and I'll get back to you guys in a bit. So one question I get asked pretty regularly is where I got my ground sheet from. For some reason, ground sheets are actually surprisingly hard to come across in Australia. I don't know why, but they have been. Anyway, Alton Goods actually just bought out a brand new ground sheet. So if you guys are after one, head over there, because they now stock one, which is really good. Because like I said, for some reason, ground sheets are hard to come across. So first time using this one. Seems like a nice little size. Let's see how we go. And I've just got my Nemo Tensor insulated mat for tonight. And just Mercedes Summit Eros pillow. Alright, so I'll probably leave my quillet off for now, and I'll chuck that out just before I go to bed, just to save any creepy crawlies crawling in there. So yeah, nice and simple tonight. No better way to do it, eh? Alright, well, let's go try and find some firewood. Yeah, so just need some tinder just to create a little bird's nest, get the fire started. And this dried up lamandra is going to be perfect for that. There we go. That should do. Alright, well it's golden hour now, so how about we get this fire going and we'll crack open a G&T. Well, I think this is definitely up there with top 3 most picturesque campsites. Just have a look at that, eh? Oh man, absolutely loving this spot. Wish I could say I was loving my gin and tonic, but I bought sugar-free tonic and it absolutely sucks. So just got to deal with it, but in a place like this, can you really complain that much? Man, so good. Man, what a perfect evening. Couldn't ask for better weather. This would have to be one of the most beautiful places I've camped. Oh, just so nice to be out here. Like I said in my last video, I definitely don't take this for granted. So whether you saw my last video or not, just in case you missed it, Sydney's been in lockdown for about, nearly 8 weeks now. And yeah, a lot of people are doing it pretty tough out there. But fortunately for me, making these videos is actually a pretty significant part in how I earn my income. So after speaking to the police as well as the COVID hotline, they both gave me the all clear to come out here and continue to make these videos. And also with the national parks, on their website, it's got a COVID-19 page, and down the bottom it says commercial filming is still allowed in national parks in the greater Sydney area. And I actually have a commercial filming permit because, like I said, I make money from these videos. So I got a permit with the National Park Service, and that allows me to come out here and still make these videos for you guys. I did have to leave my local government area to come to this spot, but for those of you guys who are just wondering about that, I have a petrol station right next door to where I live, so I filled up there and came straight here, didn't stop anywhere else, parked my car, hiked straight down here, haven't seen a single other soul, so yeah, it's about as COVID safe as you can get. I also got a COVID test yesterday, and that came back as negative, so I'm really trying to tick every box that I possibly can just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, because honestly the last thing I want to do is set a bad example or do the wrong thing. But like I said, this is classed as work for me, so it pays the mortgage. So as long as I can, I want to continue to get out here and continue to make these videos for you guys. So most of you guys, about 99% of you guys after the last video, agree with what I'm doing and understand it and support what I'm doing. There were a few people that didn't agree, and that's understandable. People are frustrated, but I'm just in that weird circumstance where I've kind of turned camping into a job, which most people haven't done, and so it kind of puts me in a bit of a weird area. So I understand that people get frustrated by it, but I don't know, I've been doing this for about 4 years now, put in a lot of work to make it a job, so I guess this is just one of those small benefits that comes with it. So like I said, definitely something I don't take for granted, and fingers crossed this whole bloody lockdown stuff just goes away in a couple of weeks' time. I'm so over it. I'm sure everyone else is so over it. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get back to some sort of normality in the coming weeks. But until then, hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. I think it's about time we get some grub on. I've got a really nice dinner to cook up, so yeah, we'll get that on in a sec. Alright, so for tonight's tucker, I'm going to make like a pearl couscous with charcoal vegetables and lamb. Now this is going to be bloody delicious, I can already tell, so very keen to get it on the fire. So first up we'll get the veggies on, and then we'll chuck the lamb in the pan as well. Alright, so just got my titanium fry pan, which I'm actually really enjoying. I've used it a few times now, and really nice pan. So what we'll do is we'll get the veggies in there. Going to pull out the mint, so I'll chuck the mint on at the end. Alright, so just in this fry pan, just got some butternut pumpkin, some zucchini and some red onion. Alright, so for the pearl couscous, just add about 250 mils of water, just a vegetable stock cube as well. I'll just chuck the pearl couscous in. Right now we'll just let the pearl couscous absorb the water. Right, well I think the veggies are done, so I'll take them off. Oh, that is looking and smelling so damn good. Alright, I think that's about done. So I just got a lamb chop this time, so I'm just going to cut all the meat away from the bone and chuck the bone away, and then we'll use the meat inside the couscous salad. Hot couscous is a little bit gloggy. Probably could have boiled away a little bit more of that water, or just added a little bit less water. But I'm not too fussed. She will do. And just in the Swaggy's pantry, we've got some Moroccan spice and some cumin as well. And then just lastly, just got some Greek yogurt in this small pouch. Now I froze this last night in the freezer and then just let it defrost throughout the day in the pack. And that was the same with the steak as well, just froze that and then let it defrost. So that way it keeps things nice and fresh, hopefully. Now I've never had it in this pouch before, so hopefully it tastes pretty good. Seems a little bit more runnier than the Greek yogurt you get in the little tubs, but I'm sure it will still taste pretty good. Oh, almost forgot the lemon. So we'll just chuck some lemon on. Alright, well there you go. I'm very keen to dig into this, so let's see how it tastes. Oh man, that is bloody delicious though. That is super tasty. Well, I'm just going to finish this off and then I might chuck on dessert. Got another coxie crumble for tonight, so very keen to cook that up. Alright, so dessert time. I'm going to make the good old coxie crumble tonight, but going to jazz it up with a few strawberries and some Rocky Road chocolates. So first up is we'll cut up this apple. Alright, so we'll just layer the apple out. I'm going to give it a go in the pan this time rather than the alfoil. Just want to see how it goes. I haven't added strawberries to this before, so hopefully it's tasty. I've just got some Rocky Road here, so we'll add that to it. And this mix here, we just got some toasted oats with some cinnamon and some brown sugar. Now just a good dollop of butter. Actually, on second thoughts, I think I might put some alfoil over the pan just to kind of keep that heat in and create a bit of an oven. Alright, let's see how it went. My goodness. That looks so bloody good. A little bit burnt on that side. Oh man, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, that looks delicious. Now all I need is some caramel and some cream. I think I will be in heaven. But this looks pretty damn good. Moment of truth. So bloody good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh man, that Rocky Road in there, that's a really nice touch. Definitely one of the best camping desserts to say. So bloody tasty. I wish you guys could try this, hey? That is so good. Alright, well I've eaten like a king tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby as well, so on that note, let's wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Yum, 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 yum. Man, this is such a cool little rock overhang. As a surfer, it reminds me of a slabby little right hand barrel just starting to peel over when mine surfing it all morning. So I think I'm going to name this the Wave Rock, or maybe the Wave Cave. Wave Cave sounds pretty cool, eh? So yeah, such a sick little campsite. So what are you guys thinking of the new hair? Had a few questionable comments after my last video, but yeah, I haven't had a haircut since April, since my wedding. And yeah, I've had the same haircut for like 15 years, eh? So I thought it's a good time to try and yeah, grow it out and yeah, have a bit of a change. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want to say a big thanks to all you guys for watching. Just cracked the 70,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, which I'm super stoked about, eh? I never would have thought I'd get this far on YouTube. So really stoked to see you guys enjoy the videos. I would love to try and crack the 100k. This year's goal was to try and crack the 100k, and I was going pretty well up until the last 2 months when things started to slow down due to COVID. But I still got 5 months left in the year, so yeah, it's still a good chance I could get to the 100k. So as much as I hate to do it, I'd love to ask you guys, if you haven't subscribed already, just to hit that subscribe button and just show your support, because yeah, I'd really love to try and crack that 100k by the end of the year. And also on that note as well, if you guys do want to show your support for the channel, I also have a Patreon, and the link is in the description below. I currently have about 100 patrons at the moment, and I cannot thank those guys enough, eh? Like, it's honestly with their support that helps me to get out here and make videos for you guys. And yeah, you can select different tiers, so you can choose how much you want to pay each month. And like I said, this is a job for me now. It's not enough to do full time just yet, but I'd love to be able to get there one day. And it's only going to be with the help of you guys that I'll be able to get there. So if you guys find some enjoyment in these videos, I'd love for you guys to be able to consider joining up to my Patreon. So if you check out the link in the description below, you'll be able to find out more details about it. Oh, that is so bloody cold. Freezing. Feels nice to be back out in that sun. Such a nice tranquil spot here. Got the gentle river meandering its way through the rocks and the sand. The birds echoing throughout the valley. It's a really beautiful winter's day. But on that note, I think it's about time we wrap this trip up and start the tough slog back up the mountain. So yeah, as always, I want to say a big thanks to all you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Guru.